on and actually talk about what happened in 2024. And it's actually not a sad thing. Um, I would say the last time I talked to y'all for reals, was when I was having the conversation about, do I quit now? And I did quit. Well, it kind of looked like I quit. And I dropped the ball. I didn't come back online on YouTube until now. So that was in September, October, November, December. So yeah, like a quarter happened. And I did contemplate a lot about where I wanted to be. Do I want to continue to do this? And I still had the mindset of, yes, I want to continue doing this. And I still do. But a lot of things actually happened, some good things that happened at the same time. That it was more of just like not having time. And I felt like, if anything, I want to be able to put good quality into it. Um, and that was just a big reflection of the whole year of like there being a lot to do, but not having time to do anything. And the things that I did do, I didn't feel like I did them well. And so in 2025, one of my main New Year's resolution is a reset. And it's not that I felt like there was a lot of great things that came out of 2024. It was just I wanted to move into 2025 without fear and to actually kind of accomplish and really follow through with some of the things I feel like I can do. So in 2024, the year just for me started out a bit rocky, and it was more about me finding my voice and advocating for myself. One, at the beginning of the year, living here in San Francisco Bay Area, it always rains and it rains a lot. And usually I'm mopping up water that comes in from rain that just comes into my house. Every single window, there's like water seeping in. And last year I just had enough. And so I filed a complaint with the city, and a building inspector came because I just felt that like the place that I was living at, like it was just intolerable, and turns out it's uninhabitable. So the building inspector came out and they wrote a report that said, yes, mold, water damage. And during the beginning of the year, it was actually acting on that complaint, which I'm glad I did. I'm still here in that place. The windows are new. It's like a lot more comfortable, and I'm glad I advocated for the space I live in and the space I call home. But it wasn't an easy process doing that, and no one wants to be the mean person. Um, but I felt like that was how my year started. And then, oh, other things that happened. I searched around. I did find a church home. Um, and I felt like that was a good, solid foundation for me because I've been since 2020 not going to church. So it felt good to find a church home local, and I wasn't having to go across the bridge. So that was a good foundation for me at the beginning of the year. Talking to you as the sun's already set, but it's dusk, and I know we're running out of light. And yes, I could put on a natural light, but I kind of like this like moody light with the dining room light, and I feel like it's giving me some sort of glow, right? Okay, I'll turn on the light. I'll turn on the light. I actually turn this way with the light on so there's not a glare. Other things that happened, I started a nonprofit, and I don't really talk about that much. And I'm thinking in 2025, this channel will expand to a lot more of what I do. I know I've been mainly showing my ceramics and like kind of how to start a business. And um, within those, like that last video where I asked, or I was just kind of like, should I quit? There were some comments that I felt like resonate where people were like, I don't do ceramics, but I like what you're doing and I like business stuff. And it made me really think that like I do kind of like hide a lot of things. And I think that like there are a lot of things that I'm doing and I could share. And there's things that like I feel like I maybe an expert in some of those areas, but there's also things where I feel like there's a lot of room to grow and learn. And I feel like we could also do this together because it's hard, at the beginning of doing something and doing it on your own. And that was me last year as I started a nonprofit. And I feel like I didn't want to talk about it mainly because I didn't know if it would work out. And as you can see, that I have a lot of fears. And so for me, it's more moving into this space, especially in 2025, of confidence in myself. And the fact that I can say that I started a nonprofit, like, I think these are really great qualities. It's just, I just feel like I stay in this sense of fear for everything I do. So I do want to talk about that more. The process of me starting a nonprofit, this process of me starting a business, my experience working with startups, and why I chose a nonprofit and what I'm actually doing. And so that was a bit of the year, and I did this through a fiscal sponsor. So that was like the hurdle of like figuring out who the fiscal sponsor is that I wanted to be with and understanding the terms of agreement. And then actually after September was when um, I officially got the 501c3 status and I started conducting community discussions and community events. And it's been really fruitful just like being able to have those discussions and hear people shared stories and see in a way how, even though I just started, I'm already making an impact for people who didn't have a space to be able to share those stories. So things are on the up, and I'm looking forward to, as of right now, I'm trying to plan for a roadmap on what I want to try to accomplish for 2025, and also figuring out how do I get funding and better ways of strategizing grant writing. So we'll figure this out together. Also, right around the time, and y'all kind of heard from this, in September, I was becoming a clay instructor. And I would love to just share with you guys that journey of, I taught one time clay classes on the wheel, and a few of those classes were like themed, holiday themed. And honestly, the funny thing is, I recorded a lot of footage for a lot of those opportunities. It was more of, I didn't have time to actually edit it and or like to do that like back in post production. I just didn't have the time. And then this year, 2025, I am now teaching what's it called? Oh, 6 week classes. So 6 week pottery on the wheel classes. And so maybe we can talk about that a bit more and some other things that I want to do in my ceramics journey. So I'm glad y'all are here for that. Most of the year was planting seeds, and I think as of the fourth quarter, they were finally taking root. Um, and I hope to, in 2025, just continue to water those seeds and allow them to grow and recognize that, like, not everything can be instant gratification, and to enjoy the journey. I need to enjoy the journey more, be confident about myself, and yeah, okay. One more thing. I also, as you can see, I started oil painting last year. Who would have thought? Okay. I only did like 4 paintings. Um, but they were all like themed around this Black girl thriving theme. And that was just a new experience that I enjoyed. Um, I'm glad I started. And it's, if anything, it's like, this was also during the time where water was coming in my place. It was raining a lot. I couldn't really leave the house. Oh, because someone stole my catalytic converter. So I couldn't leave the house. So I started oil painting. Um, and this is what happens when you get stuck in the house. And so I have to say, I like oil painting more than acrylic. I don't like something drying so fast. And it's very similar to pottery. I love slow process. Um, so if anything, I'm a slow progressive person, and I need to remember that. Yeah, say there's more to come, and I'm excited to be back. And thank you for, if you listen to this whole thing, thanks for listening. So I'll talk to you soon.